everybody here. I mean, come on, to be in an environment like this, people are thriving, and it is so wonderful to go home every day when you see people that are talking, solving problems, engaged, and happy. And when you see that health, it makes me really happy, but it just blows me away because they're going home with the same step, the same energy level, not drained, not beat up. And if you go home with that energy, it's amazing what you can do to give back to your family. Be better fathers, mothers, brothers, daughters, sons.
Organizational health when you feel it and when you're in the middle of it. It's just a whole bunch of different things that are all coming together, a lot of small things that are coming together. But without it, it's hard to do anything well. With it, it's hard to do much wrong. And it feels right now like we're making great strides on organizational health, and things are falling into place because of it.
Patric connects basically organizational health with sustainable growth and says that it's the number one key ingredient, and more important than strategy, more important than product or market. And I believe that. I believe that the other leaders resonated with that. It really matched the core of who Cambridge has been for 53 years, and a family-based business that loves their people well.
We have employees that have gone through difficult times, and we've been there for them. We've given them a second chance. Sometimes we've had people that have had to leave to see how it is outside of here, and then been able to have them come back and feel good about coming back.
When we hit those playbook questions, it just isolated. Maybe it just isolated the things that a mission statement's trying to do. But I loved the clarity of the why do we exist. If a company doesn't know why they exist, everything else is just really probably going to fail.
Cambridge exists to glorify God by enriching the quality of every life we touch.
I take tremendous pride or joy when I see families prosper, and not just financially, but when they're growing and learning together. And that's just a huge richness, something that I really enjoy, and I take great pride in.
We wrestled with the why question for several years until we landed on this one. And the reason I think we wrestled is because it's so important and it's so long-lasting. And Patric actually in his book, The Advantage, says to ask why continually until you can't ask why again. And this one really felt like we could never get to a bigger why.
It's an unequivocal knowledge. You haven't been here for very long before you unequivocally know that that's the background and the history of the family that owns this company is a faith-based, God-based why. So it would have been empty without it. It would have been incomplete without it.
Just being positive when you talk to people, no matter what the situation is, trying to be positive to help them, to guide them in finding what's right for them.
For me, it means that everybody we touch, whether it's an employee or a vendor or a customer or just somebody walking through the door, doesn't matter, visitor, they should go away having felt like that their touch with us has made their life better.
When I've watched Lean over the last year and a half really take off inside of Cambridge, and I look back on the why, I think it's because of because of the foundation laid by the why we exist and how we behave. It's always been about the people, but these ability to state that and building on that is really powerful.
We express unconditional love and high expectations by behaving with care, courage, integrity, and respect.
I love the concept of unconditional love and high expectations because I've been given a lot of unconditional love. And I've also had expectations, and those are areas where we all grow and thrive together.
So the answer to how we behave, it's trying to be a true reflection of the culture and how you actually behave, not how you want to behave. And so to be able to say that Cambridge behaves with unconditional love and high expectations, demonstrating care, integrity, respect, and courage, is a big, tall order.
but we're going to be here and we're going to support you and help lift you as you go through whatever you're going through. And we're not perfect. It's okay. But we'll help you through it. Help you get better.
The addition of unconditional love and high expectations was, it actually rounded it out for me, because we talk a lot constantly about being a family. And families can be healthy, families can be dysfunctional, there's different kinds of families. We want a healthy family, obviously, and so looking at what are the characteristics of a healthy family, because I think the family health language is wonderful. We all love it, we're unified around it, we sincerely feel it. And so families need to have unconditional love, but they also need to have high expectations. They need to expect a lot of one another, and then when we fail, we just keep pulling one another up and show unconditional love in doing it. So the unconditional love piece for me is, I love you for who you are, not what you do.
My parents loved people. My grandfather loved people. And I learned that was one of the most satisfying things, is to love people and engage them and treat them and be the way you want to be treated.